All right, so always doing the hardcore shit, but I got a lot of love for people that's just getting started, don't really know what to do to get started, know how to get started. So I'm gonna give y'all some basics for bench press. Bench press to me is one of the most important upper body muscle builders because not only are you gonna work your chest, you're working your triceps, your shoulders, and your back. We'll get into that a little later. It's my favorite exercise outside of squats. But before I like squats, I love the bench press. So bench press is impressive. The bench press is the only movement that you have to do in powerlifting. In powerlifting, you can do all three movements: bench, deads, and squats, or you can do bench by itself. So it's very important. It's very impressive when you can get a strong bench press. And I'm gonna just walk y'all through some of the basics on how to, do a proper bench press and to get your bench press strong. All right. So we're gonna start out with a warm up and a stretch. I'm gonna give a big shout out to Mark Bell because I actually got this stretch from him. A lot of people see me in the gym and they be like, "What the hell is he doing?" But I got this stretch from Mark Bell and it feels really good. So first of all, I'm gonna show you hand placement. Now, there's rivets in the bar, okay? So what you wanna do is always make sure your hands are even. You can measure it from here. If you got shorter arms, mine are pretty long, so I measure mine from out here. So whatever finger you touch on this side, you touch that same finger on this side. And then you can scoot it out from there, kind of measure to see where you're at. But you wanna make sure your hands are even, all right? So I usually start out with a few reps. Oh, also, once you take the bar off the rack, your elbows are naturally going to be flared out. You want to do your best to turn them in, okay? You turn them in, you protect your shoulder. And for those who've been benching like this already, I know it feels normal, it feels natural, but it will destroy your shoulder. Turn your elbows in like this, come down like this. It's going to feel awkward at first, but you'll get used to it, okay? So I usually start out with a few reps and then I'll start stretching and I'll put my hands a little bit wider. As I pull this arm down, I'm pushing this hand further away and I'm pushing my left elbow down to the ground and pushing this right hand up as high as possible to get that nice stretch. And it feels really good, trust me. You will give yourself about 5-10 seconds on each side. And you can go back and forth as much as you feel like you need it to get properly warmed up. Okay, I'm gonna hit a few more reps. And listen guys, you see there's no weight on the bar, but I'm still being explosive as I push up. Come down nice and easy, touch your chest, explode up. I don't care if there's no weight on the bar or if there's a lot of weight on the bar, you wanna practice the same way because you will play the way that you practice, all right? So I'm gonna start out light with just a plate. There's a few things that's important. One thing that's very important is your feet placement, okay? You wanna have your feet planted on the ground, nice and stable. That's gonna stabilize your body. Oftentimes you'll see people, their feet are not placed properly and they're doing all of this as they struggle. You don't wanna do that. You wanna have your feet placed nice and solid. And if you have a hard time keeping your butt flat on the bench, you make your feet wider. It's gonna naturally keep your butt pushed hard down, firm on the bench, okay? You're gonna drive through your heels, just like a squat, honestly, okay? So nice, solid placement with your feet. Sometimes you wanna kinda dig your shoulders into the bench. All the way down, touch your chest nice and easy, explode up. Easy peasy. All right, what's up, y'all? Just ran into my good friend, Chris Geffen. Hey, Chris, so right now I'm giving everybody, I'm breaking down some basic principles with bench press for beginners and just trying to show them, how to start, proper form, et cetera, et cetera. What's your views on the bench press?
Bench press is a great exercise. It's the meat and potatoes of your upper body, from the front view of your chest. I did it for many years, up until I separated both my AC joints from downhill mountain biking. So then I had to adjust accordingly and kind of go to dumbbells or Smith machine or something like that. But if you're doing the bench press, obviously one thing that I've noticed is that your insertion and attachment on one side may be a little bit different to the other side. So you may have to adjust your elbow, the way that you push up accordingly. Your elbow may have to pop down, pop up. So as long as you kind of adjust this so you don't put any undue stress on your shoulders and put it all onto your chest, great exercise.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was showing them. I was showing them, for me, what works great with me. I used to have my elbows flared out, right? Yeah. Excuse me. And then a few years ago, I got really bad pains in my shoulders. When I adjusted and turned my elbows in, it went away.
Yeah, and you're probably going to get some assistance from your lats by doing it that way.
100%.
A little bit more powerlifting sort of style anyway. So you'll probably notice your bench press going up there. Maybe incorporate your triceps a little bit for assistance.
Right. What's your views on like rep ranges and sets and all of that?
And I'd change it up. Me personally, I like to go anywhere between 5 repetitions up to 30 repetitions, just to target my fast twitch and slow twitch muscle fibers. And that's normally in one workout.
Right.
So maybe I'll start off with 30 repetitions.
Right.
And then I'll increment the weights and go down 5 repetitions, 25, 20, 15, 10, finish in 5.
That's a good marker for showing lifting with, in a progressive state. So I do the same thing. I like to, one thing that I do, today I'm training without a training partner, so I'm not showing them how to max out and all of that stuff. So I told them find a good working weight, something not too light to where you can do 15 reps, but not too heavy to where you can only do 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So I just went up to 315 and just did sets of 8, as many sets. I did about 4 sets. For me, that's how I build that density. I call it density work. Nice, thick, dense muscle fibers. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of sets.
Yeah, and if we're talking about beginners, that's exactly what I used to do. I did that for years. I'd stick between that sort of rep range.
Right.
And it's only as I got a little bit more advanced, and, obviously injuries from other outside sports, that I just adjusted accordingly.
Then you start testing your max and all that.
For sure.
Cool, man. Appreciate it, brother.
All right, thank you, sir. I'm going to get back to my leg workout.
All right, bro. All right, here we go. Set 2. Remember, elbows in, guys. All the way down. Bottom of your chest, float up. All right, so I'm not gonna get into a specific program for you guys, but I'll link one down below for beginners. However, what you wanna do, rule of thumb is usually 3 sets of 10. So you're throwing that out the window, even for beginners. Beginners, you need to do a lot. You gotta do a lot of volume. So what you're gonna do is you're not gonna try to max out in the beginning, especially without a training partner. And you see me, I'm here alone. So you're gonna find a really comfortable weight. When I say comfortable, enough to where you can get a decent amount of reps, but not something so light that you can get 20 or even 15 reps. You're gonna get that and you're gonna stay there for a few sets, okay? You want a lot of volume to build thick, dense, quality muscles, all right? So I think I'm gonna stay right here around 315, depending on how I feel. Maybe I go up a little bit, maybe 365, but I'm okay with staying at 315. You wanna find whatever weight works for you to just get a bunch of working sets in. So I'm gonna just drop the weight right now to 225 and just get some reps. It's getting late, I gotta get to the expo, so I'm gonna wrap this up soon. But what I want you guys to do, I would take you guys through a full workout, but I don't have the time. And I gotta get to the expo, like I said. But what you wanna do with chest, you wanna focus on the basics, especially in the beginning, okay? I see people all the time, trainers training people who are out of shape. They may be real skinny or maybe overweight, and they have them, these guys don't have a solid foundation built yet, and they have them doing all kind of crazy stuff with bands and this, that, and the third. And listen, that's not necessary. In the beginning, there's a place for that, but that's later down the line, once you have established a really good foundation. When you're trying to establish that foundation, all you need is a bench press, a flat bench, incline bench, dip machine, push-ups, and you're golden, okay? So what I want y'all to focus on, the beginners, even advanced lifters, it still works. The basics is always the best. Flat bench, incline bench. You can do decline. It's debatable whether it's effective or not, but it's still getting work. But flat, incline, dips, push-ups, halas. That's all you really need. So I'm gonna get some reps right here. I might hit a set of push-ups, might not, depending on the time, and then we out of here, all right? If y'all like these kind of tips, comment down below. Let me know what else y'all want to see, what are the body parts that y'all want me to demonstrate for you guys, and I do that, all right? This is for my homies, my beginning homies, all right? Much love.